Welcome to the corporation. Make sure all your complaints paperwork is filled out properly. And please have your ID badges ready. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes, goats and hoes, and hoes. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. If you didn't know, now y'all knows. Pulled up to the farm in muddy old boots. Hay in my hair, zero city suits. No captain hat, no ocean breeze. Just a stubborn goat giving me side eye please. Neighbors laugh, say bro you lost. Nah, I'm rich in goats, count the cost. Milk in the bucket, hoes in my home. Living that rural life aggressively grown. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. Barnyard flags, yeah it really shows. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. VIP pass to the old town road. No yachts, no waves, no sunscreen. Just a lawn chair and a farmer's tan. Goats jump fences, chaos ensues. Hoes hit dirt, yeah they working too. Ooh. City folks say what is this? Agricultural trip you can't dismiss. We don't sip champagne, we sip sweet tea. Living free range responsibly.
Yeah, we got goats.
We got goats.
We got hoes.
We got hoes.
Who's got sense?
Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. Barnyard anthem, everybody knows. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. From the fields to the feed, let it go, let it go. So if you see me riding slow, dirt road vibes, goat in the back seat living his best life. No boats required, just land and donos. Goats and hoes. Mr. Nobody on the beat.
Alright, you like my new little design here? Yeah. Goats and hoes. Anyways, I found something really crazy. It may not be of interest, but since I was just doing this little show about the Bridgewater State Prison that Ernie Shell is currently in, I started looking up other things about prisons, and I found this crazy prison that's more like a luxury hotel, and I couldn't even believe it for myself. So I thought I gotta show some of y'all this freaking thing they call prison, because it doesn't look like a prison to me. Looks like it's set up like a dorm. It's luxury, basically. It's literally luxury. One moment. Okay, I pulled something up. So this prison is Halden Prison, and it's in Norway. And again, it just blows my mind that this is actually considered a prison. So it was so crazy to me that I had to show this. So what I'm going to do is read a little bit about this place, and then I will show you like a little bit of slideshow, some pictures, and then I will do commentary from a couple clips that I found on it. It's insane. I don't understand. All right, so let me go over to this screen over here and read about it. Okay, this is called The Remarkable Story of Halden Prison, the Norwegian facility called the most humane lockup in the world. Sure is. It's like a freaking hotel. Okay, Halden Prison focuses on rehabilitation, not punishment, and its 250 inmates have individual cells, access to activities like yoga and woodworking, and sweeping views of the nearby forest through their barless windows. That's right, there's no bars on the windows. Prisons generally are negative in both life and popular culture depictions, like The Wire. They're seen as tough places, rife with physical abuse and emotional abuse. But there's one prison that's bucked this trend, Norway's Halden Prison. Oh, it's opened in 2010. I didn't realize it's actually pretty new then. Okay, opened in 2010, Halden Prison has been called the most humane prison in the world. It's prompted new discussions about prison reform and rehabilitation thanks to its surprising approach to inmate life. One moment, phone. Sorry about that. I gotta find where I was. Okay, yeah, thanks to its surprising approach to inmate life. In stark contrast to the American prison system, guards at Halden don't carry guns. And inmates have individual cells with their own showers, toilets, and TVs. And also, as you'll see, they have frickin' DVD players. All this contributes in part to Norway's impressive recidivism rate of only 20%. In places like the United States and the United Kingdom, on the other hand, this rate hovers between 50 and 60%. Did I say recidivism? I meant recidivism. That's a tricky word. I don't use it that much. Okay, where was I? And just so you know, that's the tendency of a convicted criminal to reoffend. That's what that means, in case you didn't know. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go to the slideshow. We'll look at a couple pictures. It's just I can't understand it. We have this is. Let me make sure it's on the screen. Yep. Okay. Getting used still to the OBS. Okay. There are no bars on the windows at Halden Prison, and inmates have views of the forest that surround it. So as you can see, this to me looks kind of like a dorm. Like I said, it looks like a dorm on the outside. No bars, glass windows. This is outside in some of the yard, and they have some artwork on the inner walls. And even the wall at Halden Prison was designed with a rounded top to avoid making it seem too hostile, because we don't want it to be too hostile for the prisoners, right? Here's a little picture on a snowy day from the yard. The prison was built to blend in with its surroundings. Looks like a school there to me. Though it lacks barbed wire and guard towers, Halden Prison is still a secure facility. Halden Prison has often been compared to a hotel or university building. That's what I was saying. Kind of looks like it. Halden Prison was designed to be bright. Inmates keep busy with different activities, including sports. However, the culture of weightlifting is discouraged, and there are no weights at Halden Prison. Guards who prefer being called prison officers at Halden Prison. They have both female and male guards. Cell at Halden Prison. Inmates have individual cells with showers, toilets, and a TV. Now look at this. Doesn't this look like a dorm room? Look at that. Look at it. Just look at it. That looks like a freaking dorm to me. It even has a thicker mattress. Cells come with a standard bed, desk, and unbarred window. Actually, they have an ensuite shower and bathroom too. It just wasn't shown in that picture, but you'll see it in some other clips that I have. Let's see. There's a chapel. Prisoners at Halden are encouraged to develop new skills like woodwork, and there's a little typo there. They meant Halden, but I knew what they meant. The goal of Halden Prison is rehabilitation and turn inmates into good neighbors. Many prisoners pick up cooking as a hobby as well, and cookbooks are among the most popular books at the Halden's library. Would you look at that? Look at that food. Prisoners develop skills that will help them once they finish their sentences, including auto work. There's another picture of an inmate at work. Everything at Halden was designed to be clean cut and bright. Halden's gym features a rock wall for inmates. Oh my goodness. They even have a rock climbing wall. You gotta be kidding me. There's the Halden Prison dining room. The prison has large rooms for inmates to use when seeing family and friends. Designed to bring in the natural light. There's another picture of part of a mural at the prison yard, I guess. Though humane, Halden Prison is still a prison, and the inmates there remark that they still feel the loss of their freedom. I mean, come on. Come on. This is crazy.
Fair use, fair use,
Forgot this.
fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
Copyright and all that stuff, you know how it goes. Okay, now I got a couple videos to do commentary on. Everything I have here will be in the description. All the channels, all the links, everything, all the stuff.
Prison guards will chat and play cards
And
with them.
start that over.
When they are released, Norway is known as the world's most luxurious
Look at this
prison,
place, just
where the
look at it.
guards and inmates are like a loving family. When the prisoners are sent here, the prison guards will chat and play cards with them. When they are released, the prison guards will see them off like a friend. The vicious murderers are allowed to live a luxurious life here.
Did you hear that? The vicious murderers are allowed to live a luxurious life. You can't make this shit up. Can't make it up.
This is the Halden prison, which the prisoners call a 5-star hotel, and is also a global model of humane prisons. The Halden prison is located in the forest of Norway. It took 10 years to build and cost a total of more than 200 million US dollars.
200 million? Wow.
The prison is surrounded by 4,500 acres of gardens and has all the necessary infrastructure like a church, a hospital, a library, a gym, a football field, a recreation room, and even a recording studio.
Look at that. Just look at that.
New prisoners will go through the following procedures. The road to the prison is beautiful, and you can reach the prison after passing 2 iron gates. When meeting for the first time, the prison guard will politely shake hands with the prisoner and then remove the handcuffs immediately.
Did you hear that? The murderers. They will politely shake your hands and immediately remove the cuffs.
The prisoner needs to be
Maybe perhaps they'll play some cards and make them a cup of tea.
naked for inspection, and then the guards will take him to his private cell.
His private
It's
suite.
claimed to be a cell, but it's actually more like a hotel suite, which
Yeah.
even amazes the reporter who is well informed. The cell looks clean and tidy, and is equipped with an LCD TV,
And look, it even has a DVD player.
a refrigerator,
A refrigerator. Can you believe this? A refrigerator.
a cupboard, a desk, a bed, and a
And look at that plush bed. That's nothing like the ones we see in the US.
separate bathroom. You can always go to the toilet or take a shower without the presence
Private bathroom.
of anyone else. What's
My
more,
God.
the furniture is specially designed. To make the prisoners feel comfortable, the cells are even installed with vertical windows, so that the prisoners
Because the prisoners, the murderers, it's very important that they're comfortable, right?
can have more sunshine and fresh air. The most outrageous thing is that several world-famous paintings are hanging outside the cell for the prisoners to admire.
But of course,
In Norway,
I'm sure there's nothing prisoners like more than to gaze upon the fine art.
the maximum sentence for any serious crime is 21 years, even for serial killers.
What?
In this prison,
The maximum is 21 years, even for serial killers? You gotta be shitting
murderers
me.
are treated exactly the same as thieves. This guy was sentenced to 17 years for murder, but he is now sitting on the sofa and chatting with the prison guard,
Look at this.
looking like an official in this prison. This handsome guy in a casual outfit is hanging out in the corridor, and he seems like very much of a staff there, but in fact, he is also a murderer. This prison holds a total of 200
Oh my god. And look, do you notice the clothing? They're also allowed to wear their own clothes. Did you know? Look at this.
150 inmates, who are served by as many as 350 prison guards. To keep the inmates out of mental stress, the guards are generally unarmed, and more than half of them are
To keep the inmates out of mental stress, they're generally unarmed. Okay, well what happens if the guards are attacked and they can't get help in time? My god.
good-looking females, as the prison is concerned that male guards would be oppressive to the inmates.
You gotta be
Every 10 prisoners share a living room and a kitchen. The living room is equipped with a
this.
jogging
Look at this. Couches?
track and a stereo, and the inmates can chat or listen to music there. The guards won't stop them.
Video
Instead,
games.
they might even join the prisoners, because the prison encourages the guards to establish a good relationship with the prisoners. Doesn't it look like a lovely family reunion? Prisoners
What the f- it actually
are
does.
provided with 1 meal a day,
Oh my God.
and they have to cook other meals on their own. They can purchase the necessary ingredients from the supermarket in the prison.
That's right. This one blew my mind. Look, they have their own grocery store. Would you look at this? They literally go in here and get the food to prepare the meals for each other. Fully stocked with all this stuff. They're eating better than plenty of homeless veterans here in America.
which offers many kinds of products, including everything that is available in the
Look at
supermarkets
this.
outside.
Would you look at the variety? Look at all the vegetables.
As for money, they need to earn it themselves. The prison has several modern factories that provide prisoners with all kinds of jobs so as to train them to be useful to the society. For example, this man was arrested for smuggling about $1 million in drugs and is now doing some cleaning work in this prison.
You better
The guy
clean
in
that
the
floor.
kitchen was American and was charged with rape. He has spent 5 years in prison, and he is now a great cook.
Wow.
This man used to be a drug dealer, and he killed a man who was robbing him of his drug business. Now he is studying hard in this prison. Every morning he wakes up and drinks a cup of coffee, then packs his stuff and goes to his electrician class. This guy is the luckiest among all the prisoners here. Although he is young, he has been a regular in prison due to more than 30 cases of theft, robbery, and murder. He was originally serving his sentence in another prison, which was as terrible as those in Africa. Recently, he was transferred to the Halden prison, and it was like moving from a slum to a villa. Many criminals began to study and work hard after entering the Halden prison. It's also fine if you just don't want to study or work. You can do anything you want, like sleeping,
Oh,
watching
look.
TV, playing games, or having some fun in the prison's recreation room.
Wow. Sounds so motivating. So if you kill someone on the street, you're homeless, you get to look forward to this, where you can play video games, relax, do nothing. You can take classes. You can play musical instruments. You can go to the workshops. Or you can do nothing and sit in the yard and sit on a couch and play video games with other fellow inmates and guards. Hell, you might even play some cards and have a cup of tea.
That has a recording studio, guitar, piano, and drums. Prisoners can explore their artistic talents to
Oh.
their fullest here, and professional teachers will come to tutor them twice a week.
Look, I'm all for that. Like, I get that, like, learning trades and skills and stuff, but all this stuff, like the recording stuff and all these over-the-top classes, like all of us on the outside think we have to pay for college, pay for our kids to take these classes, take them yourself. They cost us money. But if you kill someone, you can go to this prison and you can get all this education for free and you don't even have to pay.
The Halden prison believes that if you treat people like animals, they will become animals, and if you treat them with dignity, they will learn to follow the rules.
Yes, I get that, but this seems a little extreme for me. This seems to me like a bit of a reward.
Therefore, prison guards and inmates are encouraged to be good friends and try to solve problems by talking rather than fighting. They will chat and play cards with each other, and they will say goodnight to each other before going to
Oh,
bed.
how sweet.
If someone is released, the guards will see him off like a friend. Things like that have been happening in this prison for a long time. Of course, this prison has very
Oops.
high requirements for prison guards to completely reform prisoners rather than to subdue them with violence. The guards must be proficient in stuff like management, psychology, and ethics so that they can provide regular psychological counseling to prisoners and help them get back on track. When dealing with those rebellious and violent prisoners, the prison guards will also try to stay patient. They will be fully armed and try to persuade the prisoners through the small windows of the cells. If they fail to persuade the prisoners, they will then rush into the cell and subdue them. To avoid the psychological impact of rude arrests on other prisoners, the prison has also built underground tunnels through which prisoners can be secretly moved to a
Excuse me, they're worried about psychological stress of other inmates, so they've literally built underground tunnels to move these prisoners to avoid the psychological trauma to the others? Wow, that must have been part of that 200 million they spent.
separate room. If the prisoner still doesn't behave, the prison guards will tie him to a small bed so that he can't move. This is the worst thing that the Halden prison can do to punish a prisoner, and it only happened once in more than 10 years.
Wow, it sounds a lot better, a hell of a lot better than Bridgewater State Hospital, which is actually run by the DOC, which I did in one of my, I guess, my previous video. What a contrast to that prison, hey?
After the
Ernie would
prison
love it
was
here.
built. With great conditions and services like that, it's almost impossible that a prisoner would want to mess with the prison guards. Under such a humane management system, the recidivism rate of inmates released from the Halden prison is indeed the lowest in the world.
And that I found kind of crazy.
The recidivism rate in Norway was 70% 30 years ago, but now it is only 20%. However, all that comes with expensive operating costs, with each prisoner costing about $120,000 per year. If a prisoner commits a crime again after staying here for 10 years, it's like the $1.2 million was spent in vain. As a result, the Halden prison has been controversial, and many people believe that the government should spend the money on improving the lives of civilians instead of wasting it on these criminals. Despite all those doubts, the administrator insists that the prison should be a place to reform the prisoner's mind, rather than a place to make them suffer. The loss of freedom is already a punishment for them.
I get that part, but doesn't this seem a little over the top?
By having a better time in prison,
grocery
they can have a
store?
sense of social identity when they get out and be a good person again.
Who cares about that? You're supposed to be being punished. They have a frigging grocery store. Look at this.
Although it sounds reasonable, it is still unacceptable that prisoners are better off in prison than outside.
Right.
So what do you think of the Halden prison? Please
think
tell
it's
us in the
insane.
comment area. If you like our channel, please.
My goodness. Okay. Insane. We'll go to the next one. I think we got two short ones, and then the main one I wanted to show is a little longer. Maybe I should just skip to that one. This one's called How Norway's Prisons Are Different from America's. Look at, don't tell me that's Ben and Jerry in there. Don't tell me they get Ben and Jerry's ice cream. That's just a hell no. Do I want to play this one? This one's 9 minutes. Let's see, how long have I been on? Okay, we'll try it.
Staying in a maximum security prison is not a normal life, but that's also an ambition, to reduce the feeling of being in a prison as much as possible.
And in here you have my cell. So I have DVD and movies from there.
Wow.
The basic question that we ask ourselves in Norway, what kind of neighbor do we really want? Because they could move into my neighborhood and they could move into your neighborhood. So I think this is an important question to ask ourselves, really. That should have an influence on how we work inside prisons.
Wait, let me read that. Oh, let me go back. I have to go back. I need to read that. Okay, it says the U.S. has the world's largest incarcerated population with 655 out of every 100,000 people behind bars. Okay, I want to remember that. 655. Pause it again. But Norway incarcerates just 60 out of every 100,000 people. Well, I will have to say that's quite a difference. Quite a difference. So we have 665 to every 100,000 and they have 60. I mean, that is quite remarkable.
It's not for the prison to judge or to punish. We have to interact and be
Actually, isn't prison supposed to be for punishment? Because I kind of thought it was.
human. I think it's as simple as that.
It says, in response to riots, high recidivism rates in the murder of 2 correctional officers in the late 1980s and early 90s, Norway began to re-examine and restructure its approach to corrections.
The most important thing is how we treat people. This is the 4 key elements that I would like you to remember. The principle of normality, the focus that we have in Norway on humanity inside prisons, what we call dynamic security, and the emphasis that we put on reintegration into society.
It says, a group of activists, researchers, and correction officials from America visited Norway in the fall of 2019.
would say the main goal of the trip is for inspiration to go bold back in the United States.
The group toured 2 Norwegian facilities, Halden Prison and Isla Detention and Security
Let's talk
Prison.
a little bit more about Halden then. How do we work and what are the
And before I continue, I actually didn't see the rest of this clips.
unique things about us?
Halden Prison opened in 2010 and was designed specifically with the Norwegian philosophy of incarceration in mind. And is often referred to as the world's most humane prison. For me, it looks like a college dormitory and a bit of a hotel suite. Look at the privacy alone.
And in here you have my cell. So I have DVD and movies from there. Here we have a real toilet with a shower and everything.
Oh, a real toilet.
You know, you can see everybody have their key, so they can open or close their doors whenever they want.
Even though it's nice here, it's still not a summer camp. But I would like you to, look beyond the facilities. It's not the most
Not a summer camp. It is compared to some prisons.
important thing.
I'm sure it would be a summer
So
camp. I
this
can't
is
help
the
but
cell.
think
Every
Ernie.
cell is similar. And here we have the kitchen, where I used to prepare the food. You can see here, it's inside here.
That's a really important principle in Norway, which talks about that taking someone's liberty away and taking them away from their family, away from their community, that in of itself is the punishment. So life inside prisons should look as normal to life in the community as possible.
And in here, you have this washing room. You can wash the clothes and dry it.
Yeah, wash your own laundry.
Staying in a maximum security prison is not a normal life.
And I notice you're wearing.
Interesting how they use the term maximum security. Does this seem maximum to you? I would like to know your thoughts in the chat, because this to me doesn't seem maximum.
You're just wearing normal clothes.
Yeah.
Sneaker
that's,
collection. He had a whole collection of sneakers.
That's allowed. You can wear whatever you want.
But that's also an ambition, to reduce the fee.
That's a big thing too, wear whatever you want. Now, I know a lot of prisons are not about that because there's gang colors they got to look out for, people wearing their, there's all kind of stuff. You just could never do that here.
Feeling of being in a prison as much as possible. That's the normality principle.
Yes, we got to cater to the prisoners because of normality.
How you can normalize the correctional setting for individuals to transition out. Bigger challenge in our system, but definitely something to think about. The commissary, the stores, where an individual actually gets to go to a real store and pick out commissary.
They really do have friggin' Ben & Jerry's. Mind blown.
I think that's a good adds to the normalization.
We think this is the most important part. Dynamic security sounds like a very fancy thing, but it's really just having a normal interpersonal relations between the officers, or all staff really, and the inmates.
Well, here that doesn't happen. They just call you druggies and junkies from what I hear. The role of the contact officer is one of the most important aspects of dynamic security.
Every inmate has a primary contact officer, and every officer had to have 2 or 3 inmates that he is the contact officer for. That
sounds like a counselor.
Was the ambition, from guard to also be a social worker.
Norway's contact officers participate in a 2-year full-time college education. Corrections officer training might last just weeks in some systems in the US. That's crazy. So to work at this sort of 5-star hotel, as I like to jokingly call it, you have to go to college for 2 years to be trained. Oh my gosh, that's nothing like that in the US.
The main subjects at the academy: ethics, psychology, communication technique, criminology, law, human rights. Of course, they do learn self-defense, they do learn extraction techniques, they do learn to work as a team. But that's not, that's not the major components. It's about how do you treat people respectfully.
You gotta go to college for 2 years to learn how to treat them respectfully.
I always think that I just play games, because that's why I like very much to play games. So I often play cards and stuff with inmates.
I know
Well, it's a good thing you went to college for 2 years to play those cards, right?
in some states it's forbidden and will have consequences for you if you interact with inmates as a staff member. Quite the
Here, it's my understanding it can be quite dangerous to interact that much.
opposite here. We expect and demand an interaction between staff and inmates.
It's kind of friendship with someone, and to see the progress and see the changes, that's the best with the job.
The contact officer is, for example, sitting down with you and making you a future plan. So what for steps by steps to become a free man.
From day one?
Yeah.
So the officers need to know everything about the system and give advice to the inmates about the future, what steps should they take.
Photos of my daughter, big love of my life. I've been here for 1.5 years, but I was transferred from a prison in Brazil. You can compare that to come from hell to heaven. So it's a big difference.
I would think of many of these people that if they've come from other prisons, it is from hell to heaven.
The guards, first of all. In Brazil, the guards are more you feel bad and weakness, the more they feel good. Here you have the guards, they was very kind to me when I came. They are still very kind. We can speak, they treat me as a human being. In Brazil, you get treated like an animal.
I've been working here since the opening in 2010, and I've been working in other prisons before that also. It's not for the prison to judge or to punish, because the police catch the guy, goes to the court, and it gets a sentence perhaps, and then it comes to prison with that. We have to interact and be human.
This is like a summer camp to some, though.
I think it's as simple as that. It really is, because we can create walls between us.
And let's not forget, earlier, I think it was the first video, they said the highest amount of time a prisoner can get there is 21 years. That's the maximum sentence.
But that doesn't help anything. We have to communicate, we have to interact.
Without approaching people with respect and dignity, it's impossible to sit down the next day and talk about his future, because he will not have any trust in you. So in order to work well with reintegration and future planning, etc., there has to be a foundation there of trust between the staff and the inmates.
I've visited a lot of prisons in the United States as well, and somehow I don't have the same kind of feeling of relief of getting out of an impressive environment that I've experienced coming out of those prisons. Mm-hmm. I think that says something about how different the environment is here.
Because it's not like a real prison.
I think I have big opportunities here to prepare myself for the life after prison. I thought there is still hope. There is still opportunities, to get a good life after getting out. So, yeah.
This is quite unreal to me. Alright, we're gonna go to this other one in a moment. Just a second. What do you think so far? Does this look like a friggin' prison to you? Please let me know what you think in the comments, because I think this is the most bizarre thing I've seen in a while. Okay, apparently I'm so shook by this I forgot to unmute. What I was saying was their own grocery store, cooking meals. They get to go to the store and get Ben and Jerry's. I don't know how much was cut off when I just muted, but I'm probably not going to edit it because it is what it is. But they have their own ensuite bathroom, their own shower, their own refrigerator, their own sink, in their own little kitchenette. They can wear what they want. They can collect shoes. They can wear their colors, any clothing they want. The shopping store blows my mind, that alone. Shopping store, cook their own meals. Do you want murderers cooking for you? They have to take turns cooking and shopping for the ingredients and learning how to cook from the cookbooks, from their very own library. What in the hell? Or if they don't want to do anything, they can spend their days lounging, perhaps go outside and play football, basketball in the gymnasium, maybe. Or they can sit and have tea and crumpets with the guards and maybe play some cards. You know, any kind of card games. What in the frig? And let's not forget the underground tunnels in case one of the other inmates is acting up, because we don't want to psychologically distress the murderers and the... I don't want to say the other words because I don't want to say them on here, but you know what I'm saying. The other inmates that might be in there for serious crimes, we don't want to psychologically damage them, so they got to be moved underground. And about the blooper I just had with the mute, I did tell you I was going to have a couple bloopers with the OBS, so it was about time I had a blooper, right? How do you all suppose Ernie's holding up on that 15 Bravo? Okay, the next clip I'm going to show you, this was the main clip that first brought my idea to show this, probably because I was researching the Bridgewater State Hospital here in Massachusetts, which is actually a correctional facility, and it's not actually a hospital at all. That's probably what led me to look through some of this stuff. When I found this video, and it's from the free documentary. That's their channel, also linked like everything else in the chat. I'm only going to show some of it, but this is what made me want to do this. So it was done by somebody named Ann Widdecombe, and she was a former justice minister back in the 90s. She was also Minister of State for Prisons in 95 and through 97. Excuse me. And she has visited over 135 prisons in the UK. So she goes on a trip to see if Halden prison in Norway is the most luxurious prison. And let's see. I guess so far what I'm thinking is Norway doing something right? You tell me. They seem to be focused on rehabilitation with their prisoners rather than punishing them for their crimes that landed them there in the first place. And Norway does have one of the lowest reoffender rates. Norway seems to see the prisoners' punishments their loss of their freedom, not torture. So compared to any other prison most of us have ever seen or heard of, this appears to be a luxury. So Anne goes to spend 3 days to learn if Norway prison is the future of prisons or is it just too expensive. Now remember, it did cost $200 million. Holden appears to believe that they produce exceptional results. Then again, they do have one of the lowest reoffender rates, like I just said. The focus appears to be giving the prisoners the tools to be productive members of society when they get out. Most prisons we know of are nothing like this. I would think that in most prisons, the prisoner's mind is kept in survival mode. And that does that constant state of survival mode make them change the way that a prisoner constantly thinks and acts? If so, does that transfer through behavior manifestations as a result? I gotta pause because my neighbors are being loud. 1 second. Oh, it didn't even pause. My bad. Oh, there's another blooper. Okay, okay, where was I? Prisoner's thoughts, manifestations as a result. Does that alter the prisoner's thoughts and actions once released? Does that raise their chance of reoffending? And that would be, I'm speaking of prisons in the U.S. that I was mainly talking about. Because you know, the prisoners here in the U.S. must be in a completely different mode than the prisoners here. They seem relaxed and like they're at the Ritz-Carlton. It's nothing like that here. I'm sure there'd be a waiting list to get in there if they could. And many of the prisoners that are in there did transfer and did get on a list to come to get into this prison. One guy said he put in to transfer and he got put in there 3 days later, so that's pretty insane. I would think any opening they have, any prisoner anywhere near there would be on be trying to transfer as soon as possible. We're gonna go listen to this. This message is for Ray Ray. It's not a 15 Bravo, dude. Okay, again, this is Ann Widdecombe, former Minister of State for Prisons. Going to visit this prison for 3 days. And she's a little bit shocked like us.
I'm curious to see what a typical cell looks like, which here they cheerfully call rooms.
Now I will reveal the luxury room.
Let's have a look at that.
Let's have a look at that and see what your mind is after we've seen it.
Oh.
What do you think about this?
Well, first thing that hits me between the eyes is there are no bars on the window. On the window.
Yeah.
Well, why don't they just get out?
Because the glass is like this thick.
My golly.
Yeah.
Their own fridge.
Their own fridge also. And they got their own bathroom.
This one really surprised me. Their own refrigerator, just that.
My golly, you even got a shower.
They even got a shower.
The en-suites I can live with. I don't know about the fridge. I'm amazed they haven't got a mini bar in their fridge. Television.
Yeah.
They lie here on their beds and they watch television.
Yeah. They can watch the news. They can see what's happening outside in the society. When they're going back, they can keep up with the society.
Well, I suppose I should be grateful they haven't got a DVD player.
They do.
They do.
Hmm.
If they're in for a long time and they've got wives, do they have conjugal visits?
Yeah.
You heard that correctly. Conjugal visits. Yes.
They do?
They can get visits 2 times a week.
Yes.
And whatever happens in that room, it's up to them.
They can have sex?
Yeah.
Her face. 2 times a week they can get it on 2 times a week. You heard that right. Her face, I can't.
Right, okay. So we've got sex, television, fridges.
DVD players.
Right, okay.
Like you have on the outside, like a normal life on the outside, isn't it?
Yes, but the idea is, if you go to prison...
It's not supposed to be normal. You're in prison.
It's not a normal life.
It's a punishment, bro.
I'm raising my eyebrows at such facilities. Surely being in prison means losing not just your liberty, but some of your home comforts too.
You would think.
I want to meet one of these pampered prisoners.
Pampered?
So I'm going to see someone whose crime is so serious that he's got one of the longest sentences in Norway.
This is crazy. Crazy.
2 hours south of Oslo and 10 minutes drive from the Swedish border is Norway's flagship prison, Halden. Inmates here live campus-style in fully equipped apartment blocks
Look at that. Couches.
that they share with 9 other men. I'm about to meet Kirsten. He's
Video
serving a
games.
very long sentence, but it's not the done thing to ask for details. It's a convention in prisons. I mean, you just don't confront somebody and say, what did you do then? Are you Kirsten?
Yeah, I'm Karsten.
I'm Anne.
Hi, man.
Yeah?
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Hi.
Would you like some coffee or tea?
Oh, I could kill a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Shouldn't say
You
kill.
want some sugar or milk?
No sugar, but I would like milk, please.
I have
probably
a
shouldn't have said
sentence of 20 years.
He got a very, very big sentence. He didn't just fiddle threepence off the bus fare.
Wait a minute. We forgot something here. I feel weird without my dog. Where's my dog? I like to have my dog behind me over here. There he is. Okay, now we can continue.
You know, he's done something which is very wrong. But it must have been quite a relief to come here.
I didn't believe that the way they treat me, like what they have an agenda, you know?
Yes.
A secret agenda.
Yeah.
You can see the guards treat us nice. We are treating each other nice, and actually it's not so bad to stay here. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah. You can think of. Actually, it's better.
Oh, I just wound it by accident. Now I gotta find where I was. Ooh, somewhere around here. The visit. Sorry about that. Hit the button. We're gonna have to find that spot again. Somewhere where they're making coffee. I think right about here.
Sugar or milk?
No sugar, but I would like milk, please.
Uh-huh. I have...
Okay, now we can fast forward a little.
The way they treat me, like
Here we were.
what they have an agenda, you know?
Yes.
A secret agenda.
Yeah.
You can see the guards treat us nice. We
I told you there'd be bloopers.
are treating each other nice, and actually it's not so bad to stay here. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, you're quite happy here.
Yeah, in the fact
You heard it. He's happy in prison.
that I know I have to be in prison, I have to say I'm happy that I am here and not other places that could be worse, you know?
Such as Bridgewater State Hospital, where Ernie Shell currently is.
Kirsten's
Sure,
cellmates
he'd
are
love it
either at
here.
the prison workshops or out on day release.
If Ernie was in this prison right here, he'd be a lot better than when he was on the outside, homeless. They have
And so
all
they'll
the
all come back
amenities.
at the same time from the
More or less. We have this guy, he have a permission, I don't know, so he's allowed to going out of the prison for 7 or 8 hours.
Is he?
Yeah, they do it for, you know, to get ready.
So even though it's a very high security prison, you can still go out.
You have to.
You heard that. A maximum prison, and some of the guys work up to a point where they can go out for 7 or 8 hours at a time, and then go back to prison.
Prove that they can have confidence in you. Yeah.
How many do you lose that way?
If we lose somebody, it's like that. I don't have any exact number, but we have...
If you lose somebody, it's like that. So I guess they haven't escaped like through a window or something. It's probably people that just didn't return.
Lost a few guys.
Some don't come back. They just don't come back. Now that really is quite tough on the population.
You know, that's pretty dumb too, because if you don't go back, when you do get caught, you're not going to end up in here again.
It means there's a criminal loose out there who shouldn't be.
But it's a big difference from this prison and a prison in England.
Oh, this one is. Yeah, this one is very different.
Very different.
I haven't seen anything like this in England.
Look at the
I've been in
knives. They have
135.
Did you see that? Let's back that up. I don't know if I can find that.
In a prison in England.
Oh, this one is. Yeah, this one is
try to pause
very
it on
different.
those knives again.
I haven't seen it.
Look at that. Look. Knives in the kitchen. They might be on tethers, but they still have access to knives.
Anything like this in England.
With real blades.
I've been into 135 UK prisons, and in very, very few of them could I see this sort of setup working. A number of fights in UK prisons and assaults on staff. And,
yep.
It's just different. It's my second day at Halden. After hearing about a few prisoners not returning from day release, I need some reassurance that the officers really are in control. So Armand and Linda take me down a secret underground tunnel to see one of their rarely used rooms.
Tactical room.
Right, so this is when you've got a situation.
Yeah, when we got a situation, we had to dress up to be prepared.
Good heavens. How many of you are trained in riot control?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah.
And how
You know, I should think so, since they went to freaking college for 2 years just to work here. That's what they said earlier.
many times have you been in riot gear over the last year?
One time for me, and that was during night time.
Right.
Yeah.
But totally, like, the past year, I guess, 5 to 10 times. Perhaps.
Right.
Yeah.
That's heavy stuff. Well, actually, be quite strong just to wear it all. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be clonked with that. That's very heavy. Yeah.
No. And we have different ones that is harder as well.
Harder than that?
This is kind of a training baton.
Be careful not to kill 'em.
It's for to stop him. It's not like when he's already down.
What if he's trying to get up?
Well, as soon as we are many officers, like 5 or 6, like
Whack him with a stick.
we told you, and we will just rush up on him and lay him down.
Can I see somebody in riot gear?
Yes, we have Monta here.
Oh boy. Oh shoot.
It's very impressive.
Very impressive.
Utenpå.
It's actually quite difficult to imagine this being needed here. Whereas in some of the big prisons that I've seen in the UK, you think, where's the riot gear? Almost before you start.
To me, it's kind of weird that they have the time. I mean, if there's something going on, they have to take the time to go underground and then put all this crap on. I'm sure that takes some time. I mean, they're underground right now.
There we go. Now you look even fiercer. Are we in a standoff?
Look at that.
So you've got a prisoner coming up to you, threatening. What do you do?
We have to push him.
Yes.
On the wall.
Against
and
the
make
wall.
him on the wall.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And have control on them on the backside.
Yeah.
Get her. Get her.
Oh, you so-and-sos. No, you're being very gentle. Push on me.
We are, because we can move against you.
Yeah, don't worry, you won't get me on the floor.
No.
Good. Let's say that's the wall.
Yeah.
Say that's the wall.
Yeah.
And I do
Dang, Anne. This Anne's a feisty lady. I like her.
this, then what happens?
If you don't stop, then you get hit with a...
Then I get hit with one of those, yeah. No, that was fine, but you were being very gentle. You'd be much rougher than that, wouldn't you? You're back in your normal gear now?
Yes.
That's how you're going to get around.
What
Okay,
the frig?
Bye.
What kind of prison has prison guards going around on friggin' scooters? Look at them. What the hell? Scooters?
I've never seen scooters in UK prisons. Whether they do now, I don't know. Certainly not in my time. I never once saw a scooter. They tend to run. I'm
Look at
coming.
her.
There's a riot. Lie down
Old lady on a scooter.
immediately. Lie down. I've got a baton. Lie on the floor.
She's old and she was born in the 40s. I looked it up before I watched this. She's born in the 1940s and look at her go on that scooter.
Lie on the floor.
She's a feisty lady. I like her. She's spicy.
It's hard to imagine a riot
God.
here, and I've yet to see more than 1 or 2 prisoners together.
What is this?
It's such a calm atmosphere that I'm starting to wonder if they're allowed to stay in bed all day.
Sounded like it.
So
those gardens were kind of interesting, how they were sectioned off, kind of like pie slices. I wonder if they're like each their own private little garden and they have to maintain them for their food. I wonder.
Where are they all now?
Oh, actually, let me change something a little bit here. Just a tiny bit. Probably should have done this first. I'm gonna try 125. If it's too fast, I'll change it. I'll change it back.
So most of the inmates are in the workshops.
This is a car workshop. Yeah.
So here you also can get a degree.
Gosh.
I bet this is popular.
Yeah.
This is Norway's first garage behind bars. Raymond
It's a whole ass garage. Do you see all the tools they have access to?
is on the mechanics course. He's serving time for murder and has the ominous nickname, the Grill Master. Oh, I'm not going to ask why. Since you've been doing this, what's it done for you?
He said it helps to keep his head clear in order to make the days feel normal. Now he's in there for murder and he has access to all those mechanic tools.
Normal, da. Ellers så tenker jeg mye på avdelingen, så er det greit å strikke litt. Jeg finner på noe der, da.
Do you want to do something with cars when you leave?
Vil du jobbe med biler når du går ut?
I work with cars when I was 13 years old.
Duncan is the one that interrupted us. You, right here. Stop your barking. I'm trying to do a recording. Go back over here and stop barking. Copyright disclaimer and all the things. This commentary is for educational purposes. I've had quite an education I'm shookest. Alright, let us continue with a little more of this craziness.
I do
So you've always liked cars? Yeah.
It's my hobby.
Yeah. Jolly good. All the courses
Jolly
here, from
good.
mechanics and carpentry to printing and sheet metal work, are run by professionals.
So,
Hello.
hi.
Hello.
So this is Grib.
Grib?
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello, Grib. That's a funny name.
Yeah, it's my nickname.
What does it mean?
Oh, it's a vulture in Norwegian.
Vulture?
Yeah.
Dear me, what have you done to get a nickname like
I
that?
got a tattoo.
Ah,
At the age of 14, so
Okay.
it's not my proudest moment, but
So what happens in this workshop?
we make people professional welders and sheet
Yes.
metal workers.
We make people professional welders and sheet metal workers. Now look on the wall there. Look at all the tools. Once again, this is a course that will teach them to be professionals when they get out of here. They will have a degree. And again, I can't help but think of all the people that have to pay for such courses with money out of their pocket. But if you go to this prison, you get all this for free and you don't even have to pay.
In actually this room.
And do you account for all the tools very carefully?
Yeah. Every morning, that's the first thing I do. I go around the shop
Yeah.
and see that everything is here. And I do
How can he possibly know that everything's there? I know he must have some sort of system, obviously, but that's a lot of tools. I can see that everything has its own little spot, but that's quite an inventory to have to handle every day. And those tools obviously are not on tethers because they need to be used. I don't know. This is bizarre to me.
the same thing in the
Because we've
afternoon.
had people make some very funny things in our metal shop. One even used tubes for a gun.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
So we're terribly, terribly careful. But you've got everything sort of just out.
Oh my
Everything is
lord.
available for the students. So if they really want to hurt me, they can.
Sheesh.
Inmates can be very
God.
inventive with the right equipment and
They can even use saws. There's a saw blade. Murderers with access to saw blades. I can't understand this. I just can't. Move this a little bit. Oh my god. I can't.
by golly, there are lots of dangerous tools lying around, not to mention expensive
I'm
ones.
gonna move that down.
And who?
I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Let me see if that's better. Is that better?
Pays for all these machines?
Education department, yes.
Right. They pay for all of this?
Yeah.
The education department pays for all of that. You heard it.
The students get the best machinery, and they are trained on the same machinery that the industry use.
To get the best machinery.
Couldn't fault the workshops. They were magnificently equipped. They are working for proper formal qualifications, not just messing about. I would bite their hands off for those workshops in British prisons. I really would. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. You?
I'm Anne.
Eunice,
Yes.
my name.
Eunice. Hello, Eunice. Eunice is serving time for drug dealing and attempted murder. How long have you got to go, sentence to go?
I have my sentence, my complete sentence is 13 and a half years.
13?
13 and a half years.
Right, okay.
Yes. I told them I want to go in Halden.
Why?
We are here and we have very lucky. We have many options, so we can take education. This is very important. I cannot come out from prison with nothing, with just a bag in my hand. Then I'm going to go back to the same.
So you applied to come here. How long did it take before you came?
3 days.
3 days?
Yes.
That's quick.
Yes.
They must.
So who knows what prison he was in prior, but he applied and he got there in 3 days.
Must have discharged an awful lot of people.
I was escaped. When my case happened, I escaped. When I make deal with the police to come back, I told them in the deal.
He was an escaped prisoner. He escaped and he made a deal with the police to go back if he could go to this prison. This is insane to me.
I want to go in Widdecombe or Halden. They say, okay, when you come back, we're going to fix. That's why I took 3 days.
So you bargained with the police for where you were going to go to prison?
Yes.
They gave in and said you could come here and then you came back?
Yes.
I must say, I don't think you would find that happening in the UK, that
I don't think so.
prisoner, an escaped prisoner would bargain with the police for where he was going to go to prison.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's a fascinating insight.
I've never heard of an escaped prisoner being able to bargain to go to a prison of their choice. This is crazy.
I can't imagine this happening in the UK. I mean, the public would be scandalised. I mean, I think the police's answer in Britain would be the right one is, no, Sonny, you come back and then we'll decide where to send you. Still reeling from Eunice's revelation, there was another shock just round the corner.
Du må se på deg selv før du peker med din finger. Er ikke født kriminell, du er født som en vinner, ja.
Det er sånn som nummer sier, bare ligge enda chillere. På toppen en gang til.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
What's going on here?
We got Jelani doing his thing.
That's this ghastly rap stuff. Which I hate.
You wouldn't have this Norwegian rap.
Oh.
Put Jelani på det. This is Norwegian rap for you.
Well, it doesn't matter what sort of rap it is, it's all horrible.
Well, I'm all for workshops, but spending money on rap, I'm not sure about.
So they're using their free time to record and play around and rap with state-of-the-art recording equipment, and that's what they can do with their free time. Learn to become rap artists.
Ned når jeg kommer inn. Men jeg børster det vekk, for jeg er positiv. Har ikke hørt, har ikke sett, bare gjør min ting. Uansett hva man gjør, får man enemy. Alltid vært en drøm å kunne rappe, for penger blir en rollemodell. Gi barna det de trenger, du må se på deg selv. Før du peker med din finger, er ikke født kriminell. Du er født som en linje.
Right, what do they actually learn here?
Well, I think they learn to express themselves.
Do they learn this? Do they learn how to handle all this?
Yes, the technical part of it, yes.
These guys are in rehabilitation. I mean, the prison system is in Norway is built on the idea of rehabilitation. And through art, you can achieve a lot just by learning to express yourself and own your situation, the good things and the bad things. And these guys are writing lyrics about the predicaments that got them here in the first place.
Yeah. I'm absolutely not into rap.
Som en linje.
And I don't actually regard that as particularly purposeful activity.
28-year-old Jelani is serving 5 years at Halden. I'm sure he won't say what for, so we better stick to chatting about rap.
Are they decent?
They're decent.
No swear words.
No swear words.
Oh,
I just had one swear word because,
I know, I can cope with that.
No excuses.
But that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Right. Do a line in Norwegian.
Gi meg blikk og se ned når jeg kommer inn.
Oh, you're joking.
That means,
you're absolutely joking.
Like, they give me, they look at me when I come in, they look at me and look down. Because you're the boss, right?
Norwegian is the most terrible language.
Gi meg blikk.
Gi meg blikk.
Og se ned.
Og se ned.
Når jeg kommer inn.
Something million.
Når
jeg kommer
inn. Yes. Gi meg blikk.
Gi meg blikk.
Og se ned.
Og se ned.
Når jeg
kommer
inn.
Kom igjen.
Woo!
So check out Anne learning how to rap in prison.
Did I think it had a huge rehabilitative value? Well, I would say no, but they would say yes.
Well, this is all very nice, but these men are criminals, not pop stars. Where's the punishment?
This is a spa, it's a holiday resort, it's a hotel. Yeah, I actually think I've had a good time here, I've benefited.
You heard it straight from the mouth of a prisoner. It's a spa. I've had a good time here.
I'm not scared of committing any crime, knowing that I can come to a place like this.
He's not scared of committing a crime because he can go there. This is the kind of stuff I was thinking of.
I'm at Halden Prison in Norway, where inmates appear to live in the lap of luxury. It's a maximum security prison, so I'm shocked to learn that inmates are allowed visits from wives and girlfriends twice a week in a private room.
This is the more...
They're allowed visits with wives and girlfriends twice a week in a private room. Now this one's prepare for a shocker.
common visit room that we have.
No window?
No window, because here girlfriends can come.
Just tell me, what is to stop either drugs being passed by the girlfriend or, more importantly, criminal information being passed by the man to the girl? What's to stop that?
No, nothing in here. I don't think they pass on so much criminality because here it's more girlfriend-boyfriend situation.
Oh, right.
We do provide towels,
yes,
sheets and condoms.
Look, sheets and condoms provided, courtesy of the prison.
Sheets and
how nice.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Right.
And they have to clean up after themselves after they've been.
Oh, I do hope so.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I do hope
no,
so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine an easier recipe for exchanges of drugs, exchanges of criminal information, than a man and his wife, or a man and anybody for that matter.
And they can knock women up.
Just shut away, unsupervised, for hours on end.
Linda has been a prison officer for 8 years, and she's seen a lot of different reactions to Halden in her time.
When I hear the criticism that it's very luxurious, well, it's a prison. They are not allowed to go out when they want. They're being told where to go, when to go there by us.
Some of them go out for the day.
But what matters to them is that we treat them nicely, that we talk with them with respect. If there's any luxurious, it's that we're human, and we're showing off humanity to them.
Linda takes me to the prison library, which I've been dying to see. I'm all for broadening prisoners' horizons, but I
Well, you look at
was
this
appalled
library.
at something I discovered there. Prisoners can look up their own crimes, and those of their fellow inmates, in the Norwegian Criminal Chronicles. Dear me.
Criminal Chronicles? Look at this. Does this look like a school library? It looks like a school library to me. But they have Criminal Chronicles. You can look up the other inmates. That sounds dangerous to me. Does this not set some of them up? Ay, ay.
Surely they don't think it's a mark of honour to be in here, do they?
Well, some do, I think. They open it, they say, this is me.
Wow.
That's what I did.
We don't go quite that far.
It seems kind of like glorifying it in a way, and it just seems so dangerous. My opinion would be like to look up some of the other inmates that could get some of them beat up, I would think, if some of their crimes are known. Usually you keep that a secret here.
Is there anything in the last 8 years that's really alarmed you that, you thought, I don't like that?
Yeah, I don't like conflicts. Yeah, I'm a person that don't go into arguments very often.
Yeah.
But I do when I have to, but I don't enjoy it. And I think that's when it's get loud, someone spits at me.
Really?
Because I think I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really annoying.
That depresses you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
So, but then again, you need to be strict. You need to put down a foot and you need to tell them.
What's the suicide rate here?
Oh, we've had a few ones, but I think over the 10 years we've been open, we've had 3 or 4.
Well, 3 or 4 in 10 years is not bad. What effect does that have on the unit when that happens?
3 or 4 suicides in 10 years. I wonder how that compares to other areas. Just curious. I'm going to look that up. I just don't have that prepared.
Oh, it affects us a lot.
Yeah, but the other prisoners on the unit.
As compared to the U.S.
Yeah. So the people that are knowing this person are all, either you're an inmate or if you're staff, we all feel it. Yeah. Because this is something we don't want. No.
Yeah.
Sadly, our prisoner suicide rates in the UK are considerably higher, almost 100 a year for the last couple of years. Our reoffending rates are shocking too, at 70%. I want to talk to the Governor, R.A. Halden, to find out how Norway has managed to reduce its reoffending.
The recidivism rate...
That's what's bizarre about this. I'm looking at this like it's a Holiday Inn compared to just prisons in the U.S., for instance, but the rate of reoffending is so low here. So it's almost like it brings the question to mind, are they doing something right? But when I say that, that sounds bizarre, because this is bizarre. You're supposed to be being punished. But they have the data to back it up, that it's working.
In Norway,
I can't understand it.
No, it's 25% after 5 years. But it hasn't been always so good.
Right.
Plus, don't mean to stop it so soon, I can't help but think of that prisoner that just said, I'm not scared to reoffend, knowing that I come back to here. It's like a spa. That's out of his own mouth.
When I started in this business, in the 80s, it was 60-70%.
70% recidivism.
Yeah. So we have
So what's brought it from 70 to 25?
In the early 80s, 70s, the prison officers was just guards, just take care of the security work. But in the middle of the 90s, we changed the whole prison officer role. So they also should work with rehabilitation, help the inmates, more like a social worker. So we have a dual role after middle of the 90s.
Well, that is interesting. Our reoffending rates now are as high as Norway's were 40 years ago. So it shows how far they've managed to reduce them. Our prison officers are busy, and I don't know that they would have time to engage quite this far. Armand has been a prison officer for 18 years, and he's been at Halden since it was built.
Don't judge people, because we're not supposed to do that when we're here. We work with every kind of offenders, like sex offenders, drug addicts, murderers, everything. I'm here just to try to help them to get better when they get out of prison, because we don't have any death penalty in Norway, and we don't have any prisoners are being inside for life. They're going back.
I'm sorry, but I find that pretty hard to believe with some of the S offenders, to treat them like that and sit and play cards and have tea and crumpets, as I put it before. There's just something, it's just hard to understand. I don't quite get all this. Do you like my lightning goat, by the way? I just made me a lightning goat. I'm going to put him up here. We'll put him, actually, we're going to put him over here. Okay, enough of that nonsense.
Back out again.
Once they do leave Halden, I wouldn't be surprised if inmates might even miss some of the services on offer.
I'm going to look into a dentist surgery. I don't know why.
You would think.
But I am. And apparently the dentist comes once or twice a week, which is a jolly sight more than they do in the UK.
It's like you find on the outside.
Real dentist.
My golly.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a fully equipped dentist surgery.
Yeah.
And the dentist comes how often?
Once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week.
Wow.
No, that is terrific. That really is, yeah.
It's good, I think.
I was going to say, this is replicating the outside world. Actually, it's better than the outside world. That is certainly much better than any ordinary law-abiding citizen in the UK could expect.
It's better than many people get who are not prisoners, is what I'm thinking. Can't help but think
And if that wasn't deluxe enough, I was in for another shock around the corner. Something that wouldn't go amiss in any English village.
My gosh, well, this is a real shop.
Oh my gosh, I can't
I
with
could trust
this.
it. I'd do it.
A real store. Here it is, a real store.
Apparently, inmates can go shopping in small groups and buy groceries to cook their evening meal together.
We're talking here that you can really produce a nutritious meal with fresh stuff. I mean, what's not to
A nutritious meal.
like? So they're learning real serious cooking. Yes, I don't like sushi. I don't like raw stuff. Yuck, 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 yuck. I mean, I wouldn't want them living on caviar every day of the week, but I see no reason why a prisoner should.
They're getting more options than many of us. Did you see the selection on the shelf? This is just insane to me.
Not get the full range of food if they're learning from it. But if you're going to come out and you're going to mix in normal society, and you're going to cook for a family and you're going to cook for friends, it does you no harm if you've learnt to do various things. And they will make a mess of it from time to time, just like life. And that's
I get that. I get what they're shooting for, but maybe I shouldn't have used that word. But some of the selections are just over the top. There's all kind of sweets on the shelves. Ugh. Let's try to see some of this actually. I'm gonna make that larger. Yeah, let's look at some of this stuff on the shelves. I'll try to.
the
pause
idea
it.
here. It replicates life.
I see soda right there. Look, all kind of sodas.
I think if you tried to do that in Britain, there would be a public resistance.
And a mini supermarket isn't the only thing that you'd never find in a UK prison. Here, the prisoners really can have a home away from home.
So what's that?
A visiting house for daddies in prison.
Daddies in prison?
Yeah, they have to go daddy in prison course before they can use this.
Right.
A program.
So they have to pass the test.
Pass
really?
the test and have to go through the program. And then they can have overnight stays with their kids and their wives, or if there are girlfriends, I don't
Whoa, I didn't see that the first time. An overnight house with the family?
know if they're
They
married
can
or
have
something.
wives and girlfriends?
Well, not at the same
And
time.
kids?
No, just as well. So they can sort of live as a family?
Yeah.
For what, 2
Oh my
nights?
God.
One night, maybe 2 nights during weekend.
1 or 2 nights during
What
the weekend?
the hell?
Right, okay.
A visiting house with the family.
Well, that certainly wouldn't happen in the UK.
No.
No.
Well, it's about getting to connect with their kids again. Maybe some of them haven't had any connection with their kids for a long time.
Jeg har et barn, 10 måneder gammel, samboer. Sitter på 5-årsdom her i Halden for noe jeg egentlig ikke har gjort.
Får du besøkshus og sånt, eller?
Ikke noe besøkshus, dessverre.
Du burde jo nesten få det da fra fengselet her.
Det er en komplisert sak.
So they're talking about the visiting house right now.
Men enkelt fortalt så handler det om på en måte fortiden min og hvem som er inkludert i kall det lovbruddet med anførselstegn.
Professional radio producer Mina visits Halden once a month to produce a talk radio show presented by the inmates.
Punishment for criminal behavior in Norway is prison. Like everywhere else, you lose your freedom. The thing that you cherish the most, being able
They might lose their freedom, but they have an awful lot of amenities.
to make your own decisions, that's gone. So it doesn't really matter if there's a studio there, if the walls are white. That can just help you not go totally insane till you are let out, because we're not in the Middle Ages. If we were, I would say, throw away the key if that's what you want to do. But they're going to move
That's kind of what is done elsewhere.
next door. Their kids are going to go to the same school as your kids, so don't be an idiot. You want to lock somebody in a tiny room and then think everything's going to be okay when you let them out 15 years later.
Du vet det, Minna. Du vet, jeg sitter... Du vet, hvis jeg går på fulltid på den dommen her, så har jeg sittet 10 år i fengsel, men jeg har ikke fylt 28 år engang.
He says, I will have done 10 years in prison, and I'm not even
Rather than
28.
bottling their anger up, inmates are given the chance to broadcast their grievances about life in prison to the nation.
Top of the art recording equipment. I just saw that share microphone.
Hva den beste måten å straffe dere på som gjør at dere aldri gjør det igjen?
Kan ikke drive og skremme folk til ikke gjøre noe. Hva faen?
You can't... What did he say? He says, you're criminals. What's the best way of punishing you?
Hva den beste måten å straffe dere på som gjør at dere aldri gjør det igjen?
Kan ikke drive og
to the nation.
Og dere som kriminelle, hva den beste måten å straffe dere på som gjør at dere
What's the best way of punishing you so that you'll never do it again?
aldri gjør det igjen?
Kan ikke drive og skremme
He says, you can't scare people into not doing anything wrong.
folk til ikke gjøre noe. Hva faen, vi lever i 2020.
What the F? We're living in 2020.
Det er jo billigere da.
It's cheaper to rehabilitate so you won't come back here.
Å få deg rehabilitert, så du slipper å komme tilbake.
I'm sorry, but it actually looks quite expensive to run this.
Så du slipper å koste staten noe mer.
So the government won't have to spend any more on you.
Så du kan betale skatt du også, bro.
Exactly, you return that million in taxes during your
Da er
life.
det millioner skatt av livet ditt, mann. Du har noe i tilbake.
You give something back, rebuild the country instead of destroying it.
Kom landet i stedet for å ødelegge det.
So just get them going with communication, because when your communication has been fuck this and fuck that and hitting and going nuts for every little tiny thing, now they're communicating.
Så det jeg mener
I believe that this really comes down to yourself.
at det kommer veldig mye an på deg selv, da. Hva du vil
What you want to do with the rest of your life.
gjøre videre med livet ditt.
Given a straight choice, would I put my money on somebody coming out here, staying out of trouble, and somebody coming out of your average UK prison, staying out of trouble? Well, there's no doubt about it. There's no contest. My money would go on the chap coming out of here.
One man who did eventually come out of here was once known as the most dangerous man in all of Norway, and it's about time I met him. It's my last day at Halden prison, and it certainly has been eye-opening. But while it's luxurious in many ways, even prison officers here know there's nothing glamorous about searching for drugs.
Right, what have we got here?
We are going to see a special toilet.
Right.
It's for drugs control. Sometimes if they have drugs on them,
They get them inside.
they get them inside the mouth,
Yeah.
and then we bring him here.
Yes.
And this is the other side of the window.
Right.
So this here is the very special toilet if they suspect they might have drugs in them. This is very interesting and state-of-the-art.
Because when we are doing this kind of control...
Can I have a hand, please?
Yes, of course. And we have
Yeah.
two guards on this side of the window, and we see only that way.
Yes.
He doesn't see us.
No.
And due to the control bit, after he went to the toilet, it's this machine
Yes.
who starts to work. And it's cleaning up what he's
Yes,
been...
quite.
yeah, and it comes out on the other side here.
So when they crap, if they suspect they may have swallowed drugs, this little machine sort of filters it and gives them a view of what is inside the toilet.
That's how we find the drugs.
Yeah.
And we have a kind of a way to know when it's gone through, so we give them corn.
So they give the prisoners corn so that they can know when the stuff has passed, so they can know when the threat of the potential drugs might have already passed through them. To give them the corn test.
So when we get the corn out, we
Yeah.
know that it's been through the system, that's not nothing anymore is hiding.
Halden runs a specialist rehab unit where addicted inmates can get clean. One former addict who was treated here was Trond Eriksson. Trond's criminal career spanned armed robbery, kidnapping, and escaping from prison. He was so notorious that the press named him Norway's most dangerous man. An addict
So this is, again, allegedly the most dangerous man, and she's about to meet him.
from an early age, prison was his finishing school. But it was only when he came to Halden that Trond finally turned his life around.
My first time in prison was in 1980. Then I was 14 years old, 14 years and 3 weeks.
14 years old.
So I was really young. I put the last shot with heroin outside these walls, 20 October 2010.
How were you taking a shot of heroin? Had you been released?
On the parking place.
And you'd been released?
No, when I was going in, before I go into the
You were
prison.
coming in? And
I was coming in.
Where'd
and
you
I
get
was,
the heroin from?
I took it from Oslo, and I put the last shot outside the walls in the parking place.
And what was the moment that you remember when you decided it all had to change?
I think one of the most difficult things for a person is to be honest with yourself, you know, to look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, you have done a lot of shit, really, and to change this thing You have to say goodbye to the drugs. You have to say goodbye to a lot of friends.
Now, supposing you hadn't come here, do you think you'd have just changed everything around anyway, simply because you'd had enough of the old life?
I don't know, but because I meet Ari Høydahl, the chief of this prison.
Yes.
He has been following me since I was 14 years, you know,
Yeah.
and he said, you have to come to Halden to go to this drug floor, you know,
Yeah.
for helping you. So he fixed me here, you know. So so Ari has been a really important person in my life. I have cost this society over 100 million Norwegian kroner. 100, that's true. And I can never
Holy
pay that
crap.
back.
It makes perfect
He just said he cost the system over 100 million.
sense to have rehabilitation at the centre. I've always said this, I've said it so long and so loudly, but I've never listened to it. It actually makes perfect sense as a tool of public protection and of saving money. Aside from practical help, it turns out there's spiritual help available too. Deep within the woods, Halden is running one of the most unusual courses I've ever come across. Inmates can opt out of general prison life for 21 days to attend a retreat.
Oh my
Da tar jeg
god.
oss igjennom det vanlige ritualet.
Next on the list is a 21-day retreat.
Da tror jeg vi kan starte med et par dype pust. Og så setter vi fokuset på kroppen vår. Vi setter oss godt til rette på såren.
Through silent meditation, rituals and reflection, led by the prison's chaplains, inmates are expected to be honest with themselves and confront what they've done. Why do you think the retreat is so important?
It's because it changes people. It's a very good process that asks a question, who am I? What good, what bad in my life? How can things change? Who do I want to be? What am I longing for? It's all the big questions, and it's a lot of time in silence, and there is a fellowship.
Og jeg har lært meg, du vet, det som jeg elsker med retreat, fordi der folk behandles som en menneske, ikke som en innsatt.
Hva er du mest spent på?
She says, what are you most nervous about when you go to prison?
Hva på Bastøya, når du kommer dit?
Jeg vet ikke aldri hva jeg får bare se, for meg helt
I don't know, I've never been, to be honest.
ærlig, men det gleder meg, fordi jeg kan få
But I'm looking forward to it.
de permisjonene, og jeg kan bruke
Because I can be given leave and spend more time
mer
with my
tid med ungene.
kids.
How long have you been in prison?
I've been in prison 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
And how long here?
6 years.
You've done all 6 years here.
Yeah.
Now, when you're going out to live a normal life, you're going back into the life that caused the problem. So how are you going to avoid that?
I have no contact with any of my friends from the past life.
So you think you're in bad company?
Some of them it was a bad company, and some of them it was my own bad decision. So I cannot blame other people for my decision. I'm a grown person, and this was my decision. If I don't learn now, when I'm going to learn? I'm a grown man, so I think that I will live one free life without crime.
That's good. Well, good luck. I'm coming to the end of my time at Halden, and it's certainly given me food for thought.
Candles.
It's been interesting. My problem with the whole thing
Candles and holding hands.
is I'm very enthused about some things, really enthused. Some of which are extremely hard-edged, like the workshops. That's fine. I can say I wish every UK prison was like that. But when you look at the whole concept, and it's a very expensive concept at that,
I just can't get
I
over
want to be enthusiastic, but I've had too much experience in the past of being told that something was wonderful, of hearing loads, as we have here, loads of anecdotal evidence that it works and it's unique. And then some years down the line, when the statistics start to come through, it's really all rather disappointing. When it was built 10 years ago, Halden was the first of its kind, a humane and luxurious prison. But the evidence that it works is unclear, and if the Norwegian government remains unconvinced, the first of its kind might also be the last. If this prison is so exceptional that it produces exceptional results, why doesn't your government, the Norwegian government, simply say, right, this is the future. All prisons from now on are going to be like Halden.
Well, I'm going to say before he even talks, first off is it cost $200 million to build it. The staff has to go on a 2-year college course.
That's because this prison was quite expensive to build. We have new prisons in Norway now. That's not looking like this prison, but I think, as I told you, the most important thing is how the officers work with inmates, and that the inmates have activities, that they have workshops, that they
So much room for activities. Plus, the guards are more like counselors.
Have something to do all day. That's the most important thing.
You see, my worry is you've got this very expensive prison which appears to work at this point.
Yeah, I think so. I think this works.
But outside, has it done anything that the other prisons haven't done? Yeah, that's the big question.
It's very clear that the small units, the workshops and the officers' relationships with inmates are working. But what's less clear is whether this level of luxury is needed for rehabilitation.
The data that they have so far shows that it's working. It does. It's hard to believe, though.
All I'm interested in is whether this approach seriously reduces the reoffending rates. And if that means a bit of luxury, then okay.
What I'm wondering, as I finally leave here, is whether I've spent the last 3 days looking at something which is very nice, but which is actually just a puff of theory. And a very, very expensive theory at that. Or whether I've actually been encountering a revolutionary way to treat criminals.
You tell me. I found that very bizarre. Whew. Let's see here. I really can't get over that. I had to share that. Yeah, where's my dog at? Where's my dog? I like to have my dog. There's my dog. Okay, so I found that very bizarre. If you've stuck through this, I would like to know what you think, because I'm just mind blown. It wasn't my plan to do something like this for content, but I really couldn't get over it, and I had to share it to see what y'all thought about it. And I'm wondering what you think, and if you're thinking it's bizarre as hell like me. Sorry about all the bloopers and everything, but I did tell you that would probably happen. I'm going to give you all a little bit of music if I can get this correct. And yeah, I hope you liked it.
Welcome to the corporation. Make sure all your complaints paperwork is filled out properly. And please have your ID badges ready. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes, goats and hoes.
Not in the right spot.
Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. If you didn't know, now y'all knows. Pulled up to the farm in muddy old boots. Hay in my hair, 0 city suits. No captain hat, no ocean breeze. Just a stubborn goat giving me side eye, please. Neighbors laugh, say, bro, you lost. Nah, I'm rich in goats, count the cost. Milk in the bucket, hoes in my home. Living that rural life, aggressively grown. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. Barnyard flags, yeah, it really shows. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. VIP pass to the Old Town Road. No yachts, no waves, no sunscreen. Just a lawn chair and a farmer's tan. Goats jump fences, chaos ensues. Hoes hit dirt, yeah, they working too. Ooh. City folks say, what is this? Agricultural trip you can't dismiss. We don't sip champagne, we sip sweet tea. Living free range responsibly. Yeah, we got goats. We got goats. We got hoes. We got hoes. Who's got sense? It's debatable. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. Barnyard anthem, everybody knows. Goats and hoes, goats and hoes. From the fields to the feed, let it go, let it go. So if you see me riding slow, dirt road vibes, goat in the back seat living his best life. No boats required, just land and donos. Goats and hoes. Mr. Nobody on the beat.
Later, everybody.